Hi, it's Wasabi, welcome back to the channel. This battle today is on the Mountain Pass map, and it's El Comandante from Footy Clan. Yeah, he's in the T95 Tier 9 US TD, sometimes known as the Doom Turtle, and we'll see how well he goes. Yeah, he's running a mission. It's TD-2 for the Object 260, so 5k of damage and destroy internal modules or crew members, totaling at least 3 modules or crew members, and then survive and have no injured crew members or damaged destroyed internal modules. So if you do get damaged at the end and have damaged crew, you'll have to repair those before the battle ends. Anyway, he's heading to the ice road, and he's going rather fast for a T95. He's doing 24 k's across the ground, so I suspect he's running turbo because the actual top speed of the T95 is 20 k's per hour, and that's the buff speed as well. It used to be slower than that, something like 15 kilometers per hour, so he's doing pretty well here. He's just checking behind him to see what support he's got. He's got a couple of tier 8s with him, and just confirm this is a tier 9 tier 8 game, so let's see how he goes with this one. Anyway, it's very strong frontal armor, of course, on the T95, as you're probably aware. Lower front plate's a weak spot if you can find it, and it does have commander hatch weaknesses, but they're also pretty small. So, alright, so he's heading up the ice road. He's got a lever there and an ice 2-2, and looks like the lever is mostly behind. We're certainly side scraping, goes for the ice 2-2. Puts in a nice big hit, gets a bit of set on fire damage there, not a whole lot of extra points, but every bit is worthwhile, and it's also made him use his fire extinguisher. So that'll be on cooldown, and Commie doesn't take that as the finish. He's heading up there, so don't mind me, I'm coming up to join you guys and potentially send you back to the garage, but that will be your reward for letting me come and play with you. So he's charging up here at the magnificent speed of 22 kilometers per hour. Of course, going up a speed, uphill, you don't have any extra engine power as such, so you won't go any whole lot faster uphill. So crawling up here, finds a nice weak spot on the turret of the lever, and I'm not sure what that lever's trying to do, just like ignore him or whatever. Anyway, no problem. I know he's actually moving, he's alive, and he's coming and looking for something. Don't know, but he's not going to bother first. He wants to get the most hit points he can get. He's got a target of 5,000 hit points, of course. Goes for the Basante, who was on full health there. And now he's got a whole bunch of one-shottable tanks in front of him, and see how far in front of his supporting teammates he is. They've got no targets there, so I think they're starting to move up to say, right, we'll join you. And meanwhile, gets rid of the ice 2-2. Let's see if he gets rid of all these other tanks before they join him. So he's doing a little wiggle here just to make sure that if they are trying to spot his commander's hatches, they won't. Gets rid of the Basante, and now he's only a little lever left. So far they've done no damage to him apart from wrecking his vision slots and tracking him. So not a whole lot of fun there. And yep, now he's got rid of 3 tanks, all without the help of anyone else. So far collected just a fraction under 4,000 damage, well on the way to his target of 5k. And is he stopping? No, he's not. The team now, battle's pretty evenly spread. They've got the same amount of hit points, pretty close. Got a slight advantage in tanks, and he's heading towards the cap area. Now what's he going to find there? Doesn't look like there's any arty in this game, so that's a bonus, but that also means there may not be anyone hanging around the cap, but there might be some other TDs. There's Orsig, an SU-130 PM, a G-Saw, and a Waffenträger Panzer IV and a T-30, so it's quite a few TDs in this game, or at least on the enemy side, so it should be balanced. He's coming up the hill here, Getting a nice little push there from the IS-3, and now he's spotted a couple of these new Skoda T56s. They're brand new tanks in the game, Tier 8 premium tanks. You'll see a video on my channel with the review and some gameplay, and I think he's going to make sure that these guys don't enjoy their new tanks all that well. Thought he was going further around there, but he's not quite. But what he's doing here is quite carefully trying to stop this tank from getting around his side. So just achieved his hit point target there, and you get the ram here. Not quite, gets destroyed by the IS-3, who collects a whole 28 hit points or so. And now there's a whole bunch of enemy tanks that have realised that their cap is under threat. And you'll see he holds his shot carefully there. Didn't want to waste it because he's got a fairly long reload, and if they realise he's loaded, they could come up and try and run around him, even though of course he's got quite a few tanks with him now. They've all managed to catch up. That SU-130PM, carefully using him as a meat shield, that's all good. And how many other tanks are okay? There's quite a few tanks around here now, so it's got these Udezes. Is that the plural of Udez? But there's the Waffenträger Panzer IV there is there, and he could potentially take some hit points away from him. He hasn't lost any at this point. They're all bouncing off him. And yep, there's that Waffenträger coming out in the middle. Puts a nice hit into him. The Waffenträger just fired HE at him. Did a whole 87 hit points of damage. Well, okay. That's going to take you a while of shooting to whittle him down, I think. Maybe press the wrong key, who knows. But now he's just been careful here. He's potentially coming into a crossfire, so he's not going to just push in. Okay, he's found the Waffenträger again. Gets the kill, and also gets his target now for the damaging shots, so he's got his mission complete, which is nice. To killing that Waffenträger, killed all the crew, I guess, but surprisingly though, he didn't get it for the killing the other tanks, so interesting to see how that happened. And he's been fired on from a Conqueror who's just gone hull down there, but that Conqueror is firing HE, so doing about the same amount of useful damage. Suddenly, however, he switches to APCR and finally goes through. So he started to lose some health. He's down now to 999. Still got a reasonable amount, but okay, taken another hit there from the enemy SU-130PM, firing heat. So premium ammunition coming at him, left, right and centre. And he's backing right away here. Now, obviously you can tell he's coming across to the right side of the track. That will cut out that Conqueror, and also the SU-130PM. And it'll let him come up close to these Udezes without exposing himself. Now he does snapshot there, which doesn't go through. It's a bit unfortunate. So he's on the reload again, and he's just backing up into here to basically try and cover his low front plate. Successfully does that. The Udez bounces off. He's just under 8,000 damage here, so it's turning to a massive game. What else can you get out of it? Well, now his team have all wrapped around now, and they're coming back the other way. He's only really got one more shot in here, which I think that's the Udez, and that's the last remaining tank in the game on the enemy side, and he goes down. So that is a victory. 8.7k damage, 5.4k blocked. Massive game there. Let's go and have a look at the detail. Well, not surprisingly, that was an Ace Tanker Mastery Badge there for Commie. He also got his first mark of excellence on the tank, so congratulations there. Means you've got a good fair rate of damage per game there. Got the high caliber award, unsurprisingly. Also, unsurprisingly, the Steel Wall award for blocking that amount of damage. And this is the Cool-Headed award for blocking, basically blocking damage and surviving 10 hits that didn't penetrate. 190,000 credits, so he probably had some boosters, but anyway, we'll look at that later. So team score wise, 1768 base experience. That is massive, even at tier 9. That is really a great result there. Good support there from always hiding that. So that's the Scorpion and a T-54 first prototype. These guys were working on the other side of the map, and the ones that came back, so obviously making sure that they defended their base, which is good. A few other tanks there doing close to 2k, and on the enemy side, the SU-130PM that smacked him at the end did 3.3k, so obviously did well against Commie's side. And of the other tanks, the UDS-16, he was facing the end, also did close to 3K. But of the rest of them, yeah, some of them really didn't get a chance to shine, did they? And Commie titled this the Zoom Turtle, so that must be the new name for the Doom Turtle with a turbo. So that's interesting. Anyway, he fired 15 shots, and for a long reload gun, that's a good amount of output there. 14 of those hit and 13 in total penetrated. So that gave me his excellent damage target result there. Yes, he had personal reserves and battle payments running. That gave him his inbound total of credits. He did have to spend a little bit on ammo, but primarily was using only standard ammunition. I think he ran out at the end, and he did have food running. That was his 20k that he spent. So he still made an excellent profit of 125k, which everyone would be happy with. So that and the mission completion, I think he would be very pleased with that. Certainly, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, please consider subscribing. We'll have more excellent content like this through the week, and thanks for watching.